A man was enjoying a peaceful hunting trip in Dillon State Park when something strange shattered the quiet of the woods.
Something bad about tree burrows, if they're still in the tree, usually they're ones that are worth cut. I hope I got that on audio, because I don't know what the hell that is.
As a seasoned hunter and frequent visitor to the park, he knew the calls of every animal in the area. But this sound, it was unlike anything he'd ever encountered. Curious and a little unsettled, he posted the footage online, asking the internet for help. Was it just some rare animal, or had he stumbled upon something far more mysterious? While out on a peaceful hike, one Reddit user stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare. A bomb, just sitting there in the middle of the forest. Its modern design hinted it could be tied to recent military drills, illegal dumping, or even a leftover from a long-past conflict. Whatever the origin, it was clear. This wasn't some rusty relic. Thankfully, the hiker kept their cool, didn't trigger anything, and reported the chilling find before making it out safely. The owner of this trail cam had no idea what he was about to capture. On a remote, unnamed path, his camera recorded something deeply unsettling. Confused and creeped out, he uploaded the footage online, hoping someone could explain what he'd seen, but no one could. The eerie figure remains unidentified and terrifying. A Reddit user recently shared a chilling photo taken by an older family member during one of her regular hikes through a remote mountain trail. The path winds past a cave believed to date back to the Stone Age, far from civilization, with no buildings or people for miles. After her hike, she posted a few photos on Facebook, but one image quickly grabbed everyone's attention. In the distance, a mysterious figure appears. The strange part? She swears she was completely alone the entire time. She's not the kind of person to stage photos, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary during her walk. To this day, the eerie figure in the photo remains a mystery. A group of friends went camping near Mount Rana, nestled in the scenic beauty of northern Norway. They had a perfect view of the Sami Lavu and spent the trip soaking in nature, snapping a few photos to remember the experience. Everything seemed normal until the next day. While casually scrolling through their pictures, one of them paused. There, right next to the tent, was something they didn't remember seeing: a small girl. None of them had seen a child anywhere near their site. Creeped out but curious, they brightened the photo, and sure enough, the figure became even clearer. They weren't into ghost stories or the paranormal, but this felt different. Just to be certain, they brought the photo to the National Library, where experts confirmed it hadn't been altered in any way. Still shaken, one of them decided to post the eerie image on Reddit. The internet, naturally, went wild. A Reddit user stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare: a tree completely covered in bizarre, unnatural-looking skulls. The eerie sight gave off an unmistakable sense of dread, as though the air itself didn't belong to the world of the living. Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, the user returned the next day to investigate further. But the tree and every single skull was gone. Vanished. No tracks, no broken branches, not even disturbed soil. It was as if the entire haunting scene had never existed at all. A couple who had been living peacefully off the grid started noticing something strange on their property one day. From a distance, it looked like a man wrapped in a blue tarp, but something about it was wrong. The way it moved was eerie, unnatural, almost inhuman. But here's where it gets truly disturbing. When they returned to the spot later, it was like nothing had ever been there. No footprints, no snapped branches, no sign of disturbance, just the eerie footage they managed to capture. So who or what was that? And how did it end up in such an isolated place? While out walking their dog near a nuclear power plant, a Reddit user stumbled upon some bizarre, unidentifiable objects, and naturally, they shared the strange discovery online. To their surprise, other users chimed in with their own photos of the same mysterious items from the same area. The weirdest part? No one knows what they are or where they came from. After a long day of fishing, a group of locals decided to explore a nearby forest as night fell. Armed with flashlights, they made their way through the dense woods until something in the shadows caught their eye. Lurking just beyond the trees was a bizarre creature unlike anything they'd ever seen. It moved eerily, sometimes upright on two legs, other times crawling on all fours. The strangest part? It almost looked human, like someone wearing a mask and a full-body suit. Was this some kind of elaborate hoax? A creepy costume stunt? Or did they actually stumble across something unexplainable? Either way, the question remains, what's more terrifying, running into an unknown creature, or discovering a person dressed like that alone in the middle of the forest? A man is caught on camera standing beside a bizarre otherworldly creature, and what's even wilder is that he appears to be talking to it. The clip quickly went viral, with many viewers convinced the creature is actually a jinn. One commenter even claimed to have translated the man's words. "Look, I tried to high-five him, and he just left me hanging. So what's really going on here? Paranormal encounter or just a strange prank?" While out on a hike, someone stumbled across something seriously disturbing, and naturally, they snapped a photo and posted it online. The image quickly caught fire, with people in the comments debating whether the creature was even an animal at all. Some wondered if it had always looked that creepy, or if it had lost its fur after dying. The original poster tossed out a bold theory. Could it be a real-life chupacabra? Honestly, the vibes are definitely off. It's eerie enough to spark your imagination, but just maybe, it's a sick animal, a strange case of decomposition, or even just a really well-placed prop. A hiker recently stumbled upon a bizarre creature in the wild and posted a video on Reddit, hoping someone could figure out what it was. At first, it looked like a tiny bird just standing there, not doing much. But as the camera crept closer, the bird suddenly puffed up and transformed into something way bigger and honestly, kind of intimidating. Turns out it was an American bittern, a type of heron with next-level camouflage skills. When it feels threatened, it flares out its feathers and stretches its neck sky-high, mimicking the look of tall grass to scare off predators and blend right into its surroundings. Nature's got some serious tricks up its sleeve. Last month, Reddit user IslandShort5920 made a chilling discovery when reviewing footage from their trail camera. The device captured an eerie nighttime image showing two unexplained figures standing on a remote dirt road. Internet detectives quickly began analyzing the photo, with many suggesting the figure on the left resembled a deer, bizarrely balanced on its hind legs. But the real puzzle was the unidentified figure on the right. What exactly was it? According to the Reddit poster, no video footage exists of the encounter, only the single haunting still image. They emphasized the camera was positioned in an isolated area with no houses or artificial lighting nearby, deepening the mystery. Despite numerous theories, the true identity of these strange figures remains unexplained, leaving viewers to wonder what exactly was wandering that lonely dirt road after dark. A friend was photographing a forest fire when they captured something unexplainable in one of their shots. The long exposure and motion blur common at night transformed what might have been ordinary into something eerily unnatural. They've reluctantly suggested it might have been someone running past, despite their certainty that no one else was present. Some who've seen the photo are convinced it's evidence of a supernatural presence, perhaps a ghost or some unknown entity attracted to the fire's energy. Others maintain it's simply camera artifacts creating a pareidolia effect. The authenticity of the image remains a compelling mystery. Was it truly an otherworldly encounter captured by chance, or just a fascinating photographic illusion? While hiking solo in the early morning on Thomas Mountain, California, a man was struck by an eerie silence that gave him an unsettling, almost haunted feeling. Before heading back to camp, he snapped a few photos of the quiet landscape. Later, while reviewing the pictures, he noticed something bizarre peeking out from behind a branch. In one of the shots was a strange head-like figure. Oddly enough, the figure didn't appear in any of the other photos. Intrigued and unnerved, he now plans to return to the exact spot to find out what he might have captured that day. What do you think he saw? During a hunting trip in the dense woods of Honobia, Oklahoma, a man stumbled upon something strange. As he peered through the trees, he noticed a tall, shadowy figure lurking just beyond the tree line. Its size and posture were unlike anything he had seen before. At first glance, it resembled a chimpanzee, but that was impossible. Chimpanzees aren't native to Oklahoma. The creature's movement seemed too fluid, too unnatural for any known animal, leading the hunter to wonder, could it be a Sasquatch? But the figure remained just out of clear view, never fully revealing itself, leaving the man and anyone who hears the story questioning what, exactly, he had seen in those mysterious woods. In the dead of night, a man living deep in the woods of South Jersey was suddenly jolted awake at 1 a.m. by a sound unlike anything he'd ever heard before. Describing it as a demonic dinosaur, he was left shaken to the core. Having spent over 30 years in the area, he's familiar with the usual nighttime creatures: deer, foxes, owls, raccoons, and the occasional geese. But this unsettling noise didn't fit any of them. Was it a distressed animal, an unknown predator lurking in the shadows, or something even more sinister, like a ghost, or a very disturbed person? To this day, the man has never heard the sound again and remains baffled by what it could have been. While out on a peaceful walk, this person snapped a photo of something unusual in the distance, a mysterious figure, partially hidden by tall grass. As soon as they locked eyes with whatever it was, it seemed to crouch down, making the moment all the more eerie. Initial guesses? It looked small, maybe about 12 inches tall. Theories quickly popped up, ranging from a person in a black hoodie squatting to a curious animal lurking in the grass. Skeptics quickly dismissed it as a hoax or a simple misidentification, but others couldn't help but wonder, could this be something more? A cryptid, perhaps? What exactly was captured in this chilling photo? While scrolling through their old photos, this Reddit user stumbled upon something downright chilling, what seemed to be a creepy, possibly severed foot in their backyard. The internet has been buzzing with wild theories, ranging from the bizarre idea of it being a leprechaun or a crackhead to the possibility of it being a statue. But despite all the speculation, the true origin of this eerie find remains a mystery. After a long hike, a Reddit user was driving home when he captured a jaw-dropping lightning storm on camera. His focus was on the road, so he didn't realize his dashcam had accidentally recorded something far stranger. High above, a shadowy shape appears in the sky. Some say it looks like a night owl. Others swear it resembles a bat. But to him, it was something completely out of place. Could it be a bird caught mid-flight, a smudge on the window, or something far more mysterious?
On a warm August night, at exactly 8:25 p.m., a trail camera deep in the Washington woods was triggered. But this time it wasn't a deer or some small animal wandering by. It was something far more unsettling. The camera captured a pale figure draped in a white gown, clutching a bizarre-looking doll. Some speculated it might be a lost dementia patient, but with no missing persons reports and no nearby roads, that theory quickly fell apart. So what or who was out there in the darkness? Reddit user Phone666 stumbled upon a chilling sight while wandering through the woods of rural France. Nailed to a tree was a large wooden plank, decorated with random objects, but one detail made it truly unsettling. A severed toddler mannequin head was eerily attached to it. The disturbing display sparked countless theories. Was it part of an abandoned art project, a strange local ritual, or just a twisted prank? Whatever the truth, one thing's for sure, I wouldn't stick around and find out. TikTok user Datora found himself in a nightmare while exploring a dark cave with just a flashlight. After wandering aimlessly for hours through the endless twisting passages, he decided to start filming, hoping his camera could capture what his eyes could not. But when he later brightened the footage, he noticed something chilling. At the far end of the cave, a shadowy figure stood motionless, perfectly still, watching. He turned to the TikTok community for answers, but with little detail, speculation ran wild. Was it a lost traveler, a lurking creature, a ghost, or just a trick of the light? Whatever it was, one thing is certain. Being lost in a dark cave is terrifying enough, but realizing you might not be alone, that's pure horror. While hiking through a dense forest, a man stumbled upon something truly unsettling. A set of bones with shoes still attached, making it appear as if they belonged to a human. Strangely, the uploader never mentioned calling the authorities, and no further updates were ever provided. The eerie remoteness of the location only deepened the mystery. But after analyzing the photo more closely, I can't help but ask, were those really human remains? Or did someone deliberately place animal bones in a shoe to send chills down the spines of other hikers? While hiking through the stillness of the woods, a man stumbled upon something that sent a chill down his spine. A young girl in a blue dress darted past, running alone. But as he watched, something about her movements felt off. Instead of running as any child would, she seemed to hop, her strides unnatural and disjointed. When she slowed and turned toward him, her face made his stomach drop. It looked strange, almost otherworldly, as though it wasn't quite human. A deep unease washed over him. Was this truly a child? Or something far more sinister, perhaps? A shapeshifter? Or an animal cloaked in a human-like disguise? A group of explorers ventured into the infamous Deering Woods in Pluckley, Kent, better known as the Screaming Woods, a place shrouded in eerie legends. According to local tales, the forest is haunted by the restless spirits of those who entered and were never seen again.
Oh my days. Should we scream back at her?
As they made their way through the dense woodland, an unearthly, blood-curdling scream suddenly pierced the silence. While hiking in Finland, Reddit user Axie Finn stumbled upon something eerie. A triangular structure made of sticks, bones, and fabric. At first they thought it might be some kind of art project, but other users had a much darker take. Many urged them to leave immediately, warning that it could be a ritualistic symbol or even a sign of something far more sinister. While hunting in the dense forest of the Pacific Northwest, a man suddenly heard eerie, unsettling sounds that sent a chill down his spine. Grabbing his camera, he began recording, hoping to capture whatever was making the noise. Then, through the thick trees, he caught sight of something strange. A tall figure, its body cloaked in a mass of thick hair, blending almost perfectly with the forest. As it moved, it let out disturbing sounds that heightened the tension, before vanishing into the shadows of the woods. Could this been the elusive Bigfoot, finally revealed? Hiking on Mount Athos, a sacred site in northern Greece known for its ancient monasteries and deep spiritual significance. A man captured the breathtaking scenery on camera. But as he panned across the landscape, he spotted something extraordinary, a hazy figure bathed in a rainbow-like glow. According to legend, this was the invisible monk, a holy man so devoted to his faith that he was granted the gift of invisibility, only revealing himself to those in need of spiritual guidance. Was this a mere trick of the light, or did the hiker unknowingly seek something greater? Reddit user Boobop Kitten shared a bone-chilling experience from a paranormal investigation at Eisenhower Bridge in Gettysburg. Her husband, a self-proclaimed skeptic, snapped several photos during the visit, but one image left them all speechless. A shadowy figure appeared in the frame, completely unexplainable. It could have been their own shadows, as all four of them stood side by side. Then, as they tried to make sense of the eerie sight, the unmistakable sound of crunching footsteps echoed from the nearby woods, yet they were entirely alone. The freezing temperatures that night made it highly unlikely that anyone else was wandering nearby. Some speculated that the shadow might have been cast by the REM pod, but the uploader quickly ruled that out. Even stranger, the figure's head had no logical explanation, and with her husband's weak camera flash, there was no way it could have illuminated anything at that distance. So if it wasn't them, then who or what was watching? While venturing down an unmarked trail deep in the woods, this person stumbled upon a truly unsettling sight. Scattered across the ground lay a chilling collection of animal bones, seemingly arranged with purpose. Adding to the eerie atmosphere were discarded bottles, cans, and even a flag hanging nearby. It felt less like nature's work and more like the remnants of something human. But the real question is, why? While hiking through the forest, a woman found herself in a heart-stopping encounter, face to face with a black bear.
Hello. 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 No.
Typically, black bears are shy and tend to steer clear of humans, but when they feel threatened, they become dangerous. What shocked many was how remarkably calm she remained. Experts often advise making noise to scare the bear away rather than freezing in fear. Against all odds, she managed to escape unharmed, leaving everyone in awe of her composure in such a terrifying moment. Reddit user Sagfo was taking a late-night stroll through the forest around 2 a.m. when a chilling scream echoed through the forest. The eerie sound sent shivers down their spine. Was it a wild animal? A desperate cry for help? Or something far more sinister lurking in the shadows? Overcome with panic, they turned and ran, vowing never to walk those woods at night again. But one haunting question remains. What was out there that night? A mother and her daughter were enjoying a peaceful walk in the woods when the little girl suddenly pointed toward the bushes. Eyes wide with curiosity, something was moving. Intrigued, the mother lifted her camera and zoomed in, only to be met with a sight that sent shivers down her spine.
Yeah. What in the world? Let's go inside right now.
There, lurking in the bush, was a bizarre creature unlike anything she had ever seen. Its spider-like legs protruded from its head, giving it an unsettling, almost otherworldly appearance. Was it a cryptid, a strange, undiscovered species, or just an elaborate hoax? The short clip was posted on TikTok with almost no context, fueling speculation. Some dismissed it as staged, but others couldn't shake the feeling. What if it was real? A Reddit user recently ventured into an abandoned town at night, expecting silence, but what they encountered was downright chilling.
Oye, güey, se oye que están hablando, güey. Oye. Oigan. Hola. Oye. Oye.
Para allá, güey. Yo lo escucho para acá, carnal.
Sí, para allá se escucha, güey. Niña, ¿puedes venir a jugar con nosotros?
Uy, la Chuy.
Uy, güey, me
Está hablando, güey.
Está hablando, güey, no mames.
Out of the darkness, faint voices and eerie children's laughter echoed through the empty streets. But how? The town was completely deserted. Were these the lingering spirits of former residents, trapped between worlds? Or was it just a trick of the night, an illusion playing with their senses? Some believe it was nothing more than a natural sound carried by the wind. But in a place so desolate, dismissing the supernatural isn't so easy. A viral TikTok video posted by Logan Lin 2 had viewers buzzing after it appeared to show a ghostly figure riding a horse through the night. The eerie clip quickly gained traction, with many convinced they had just witnessed something paranormal. However, Logan later revealed that the whole thing was just a playful joke between her and a friend who was, in fact, the one riding the horse. The spooky illusion was simply a result of poor lighting and her phone's camera's inability to capture clear details in the shadows. To set the record straight, she even posted another video with better lighting, showing the same horse and rider in a normal setting. While some were disappointed that the ghostly rider wasn't real, many appreciated her honesty and the fun behind the viral moment. While exploring Hankey Church Cemetery in Plum, Pennsylvania, late at night, a Reddit user unknowingly captured something chilling on camera. The eerie photograph appeared to show a half-bodied apparition. Some say it resembles a priest, while others believe it could be a war veteran. According to local legend, a priest was lynched for adultery on these very grounds before the church mysteriously burned to the ground. Adding to the cemetery's unsettling aura, numerous war veterans are buried here as well. Despite repeated efforts to debunk or recreate the image, the original poster remains convinced, insisting this is one of the most compelling ghostly encounters they've ever witnessed. While enjoying a campfire, a user snapped a few photos only to later spot something chilling. An unexplained shape appeared in one of the images, a shadowy figure that didn't match any known objects nearby. This property, along with the surrounding land, sits atop an old mining grounds dating back to the gold rush, adding an unsettling layer to the mystery. Even more eerie, the user along with others has reported sightings of a dark figure, often described as the man in the hat. Could this be something paranormal lurking in the remnants of the past, or just a strange trick of the light? While hiking in a remote part of Alaska, Reddit user Sarah and her friends captured something eerie on audio. An unsettling voice whispering in the background. Curious and unnerved, Sarah shared the clip on Reddit, asking others if they could make out what she was saying. One user, Endangered Mind 2, speculated the voice was warning them, race back down. But who or what uttered those chilling words remains a mystery. Did you dare to watch it all? If you did so and enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you, and we'll see you again soon.
Or if it's teeming with the paranormal. Haunted Street. On November 13th, 2023, at exactly 3:25 a.m., a camper sat in bed, engrossed in a game of bingo on their laptop. The quiet of the night was shattered by a faint, eerie sound drifting from outside a horse's distant neigh. The haunting cry echoed across the campsite, once a bustling horse farm, but now eerily abandoned. Gripped by curiosity, they grabbed their phone to record. As they pointed it toward the darkness, a chilling sight emerged, a ghostly white figure materializing out of the shadows. This wasn't the campers' first unsettling experience at the infamous farmhouse, a site steeped in tales of paranormal activity, but it was the first time they captured something this spine-tingling on camera. Ghost. Imagine you were just driving to where you want to camp, and you saw a ghost. Would you turn back? This man was driving down an old abandoned road on his way to his camping site when suddenly he spotted something terrifying. A figure in a white dress was crossing the road ahead. As the man steps out of his car to investigate, he's greeted by nothing but an oppressive shroud of darkness. Was it a person he saw, or something far more sinister? And if it was a person, what could compel someone to wander alone so late at night in the heart of a desolate forest? Camping gone wrong. A camper decided to document her outdoor adventure for a YouTube video.
He had a helmet on most of the show because...
Capturing every moment of her trip. But as she reviewed the footage during editing, she noticed something chilling, a faint movement outside her window. At the time, she brushed off the uneasy feeling, but now, watching it back, everything clicks. That shadowy movement remains a mystery. Was it a person lurking nearby, an animal passing through, or something far more supernatural? Utah Bigfoot. During the summer of 2011, a group of friends set out for a camping trip in the remote mountains of Utah, eager for days of fishing and target shooting. But their adventure took a chilling turn. As they explored deeper into the forest, they spotted movement among the trees. What they saw left them frozen in place, a large, mysterious creature, covered in brown hair, lurking just beyond their reach. Before they could get a closer look, it vanished into the dense wilderness, leaving behind only questions. To this day, they've never seen it again. Spirits A. Camper in the UK was driving down a quiet road just after 5 a.m. when they saw something unusual. A lone figure stood frozen in the middle of the road, completely unfazed by the glaring headlights piercing through the darkness. Whispers abound that these eerie apparitions could be the spirits of those who lost their lives in tragic accidents along this stretch, forever trapped in a single haunting moment in time. Blimp. On October 10th, 2023, a traffic stop turned into a terrifying event for a police officer.
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
No, of course not.
All right. Sit tight, sir. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Your registration is What the?
Sarah?
What the heck? Sarah? 3201.
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle? No. Of course not. All right, sit tight, sir. I'll be right back. In the blink of an eye, a girl named Sarah vanished without a trace. The dash cam footage revealed no open doors, no signs of anyone nearby, nothing to suggest how she disappeared. From that moment forward, Sarah was simply gone. The police hit a dead end, unable to uncover her identity. To this day, the mystery of who Sarah truly was remains unsolved. Room 209. A hotel security manager in Illinois was shocked when he submitted eerie paranormal footage to the local police.
And there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John?
After receiving multiple complaints of blood-curdling screams coming from room 209, he decided to investigate. The strange part? No one was checked into that room. Concerned, the manager radioed his team. "John, do you copy? The screams are coming from 209, but it's supposed to be empty. Can you confirm?" Amy, another team member, responded, "That room is vacant. No one's checked in, but I'm hearing the screams too." John, now alarmed, decided to check it out, despite warnings to wait for the police. Moments later, his voice came back over the radio, trembling. "Amy, call the cops now."
Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait one.
There's no one in here, but the room, it's completely trashed. The furniture is flipped, the carpet's ripped up, and the shower is running. There's no explanation for this. As John stepped inside, something truly chilling happened. A white shadow darted out of the room, captured clearly on video. Some witnesses insist it was a single spirit, while others claim they saw multiple entities leaving. Over the years, Room 209 has been the source of countless reports of strange noises and unexplainable activity. But this recording remains the most compelling evidence of paranormal activity. What haunts Room 209? The mystery lingers. Night shift. This security guard was working the night shift when something downright bizarre happened. I swear I saw it. I saw that white, clear as day. And then it just vanished over there, the guard recounted, still visibly shaken. I tried to stay calm, but man, I checked the cameras and I'm like, y'all see that ECs too, right? I'm not crazy. You saw it.
I saw that shit. And I'm like, and then it disappeared over there by the desk. And I was like, okay. So I looked at the camera, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna calm down. So I wanted to tell the camera, Y'all see that shit? Y'all saw that shit, right? I'm telling CHA, did y'all see that?
In the footage, a translucent figure emerges, seemingly floating above him before gliding toward the door. Was this an actual ghost? To this day, the guard can't explain what he saw that night, but the experience has left him questioning reality. Two officers were investigating in the dark after receiving reports from a passerby about a strange creature near the road. That's when they encountered something terrifying. Instinctively, they stumbled backward, gripped by an overwhelming wave of fear. When they finally mustered the courage to return and investigate the area, they were met with nothing, no trace, no explanation, just an eerie emptiness. You are not alone. On the chilling night of November 22, 2022, police officers were dispatched to a notorious house with a reputation for paranormal activity. After confirming the house was empty, they instructed the anxious homeowner to remain outside while they conducted a thorough search. But as the officers stepped inside, the eerie atmosphere thickened. Strange, inexplicable events began unfolding. Doors slammed shut without warning, prompting one officer to suggest it might be the wind. Yet the unsettling noises that followed defied any rational explanation.
Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known.
As they climbed the stairs, one officer felt an unsettling presence, even though he was alone upstairs.
Downstairs, clear.
Police, is anyone inside? Make yourself known, one officer called out as they cautiously ascended the creaking staircase. That's when it hit, a disturbing sensation as if someone or something was right there with him, even though he was visibly alone. Downstairs is clear, echoed from below, but the officer upstairs couldn't shake the gnawing unease. His breathing quickened, and his growing fear was evident. After an exhaustive search revealed nothing out of the ordinary, the officers finally left the house. Yet, as they walked away, a chilling feeling lingered, like unseen eyes were still watching their every move. Birthday went wrong. A young woman and her best friend were camping in the forest to celebrate a birthday. As they enjoyed the festivities, she accidentally captured this. Out of nowhere, a face emerged behind her best friend. Her raw, unfiltered reaction makes it nearly impossible to believe this was planned. But the real question is, what did they capture? Ella was swimming in a river in the Philippines when she accidentally filmed something strange. While underwater, a pair of legs mysteriously appeared behind her. But when the camera dipped back beneath the surface just moments later, they were gone. Ella jura que estaba sola en el agua y no tiene explicación para la visión espeluznante. Some viewers believe she should dig into the area's history, suggesting the legs might belong to a ghostly presence from someone who drowned there. Could there be a supernatural story hiding beneath the surface? Swing. A man was driving through a wooded area at 3:30 a.m. when he spotted this. A pale figure sat on a swing, its ghostly silhouette swaying gently in the stillness of the night. Who could possibly be out here, swinging at such an eerie hour? Could it have been a ghost? Bones, someone was walking through the forest when they discovered something peculiar. At first glance, they thought it was a deer skeleton, but as they looked closer, they realized it was something entirely different. A human-like figure lay curled in a fetal position, but something about it was deeply unsettling. Its neck stretched unnaturally long, its head twisted into a bizarre alien shape, and its limbs defied anything we've ever seen in nature. This couldn't possibly belong to any creature we know, could it? Site 422. On July 8th, 2023, chilling body cam footage surfaced, showing an officer encountering what appeared to be paranormal activity during a routine noise complaint investigation at an infamous abandoned property. Site 422? I'm at Site 422, the officers heard saying. This place definitely gives off some creepy vibes. What started as a standard check quickly spiraled into a spine-chilling ordeal. The footage revealed strange movements within the house, and at one point, a distinct shadow appeared in the window, sending shivers down the spine of anyone watching. To make matters worse, the officer reported hearing eerie, unexplainable sounds echoing from the distance. I keep seeing shadows walking by. What the officer murmured in disbelief, his voice trembling. Whether the officer fled the scene or pressed on with the investigation remains a mystery. But the unsettling footage raises more questions than answers. Ritual Officer Ben Malik was on patrol when something caught his eye. A shadowy figure lingering on the side of the road. As he drew closer, he realized the woman appeared to be starting a fire, compelling him to pull over and investigate. But what he saw next was beyond unsettling. Her face seemed to be burning, almost as if she were in the middle of a bizarre ritual. Despite the eerie scene, Officer Malik arrested the woman. To this day, what truly unfolded that night remains shrouded in mystery. Haunted playground. While camping, Misty Rain stumbled upon a spine-chilling scene at the deserted playground. The swings, eerily abandoned, moved back and forth on their own. There was no wind, no people, just the relentless creak of the chains cutting through the silence. Even after standing there for a while, Misty noticed the swings didn't lose momentum, as if some unseen force was pushing them. Was it a ghostly presence? A strange weather anomaly? Whatever it was, the unsettling sight was enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Ghost Girl. While exploring an abandoned churchyard in Estall, UK, a hiker had an encounter that sent chills down his spine. Out of the corner of his eye, he kept catching glimpses of what appeared to be a ghostly little girl. Gripped by both curiosity and fear, he pulled out his camera to see if his mind was playing tricks on him. As he turned the camera toward her, the eerie figure seemed to vanish into thin air. When he panned back, she was gone completely. The hiker never saw her again, leaving him to wonder if he'd just witnessed something supernatural. Scream, a Michigan man set out to film a relaxing ASMR video during a serene walk through the woods. But what started as a tranquil stroll quickly turned into a spine-chilling ordeal when he stumbled upon an abandoned part of the forest and was met with a blood-curdling scream echoing through the trees. The scream could send a chill down your spine. What could be that sound? The hiker thought he could have been a Bigfoot, or was it something far more sinister? Ghost. A group of friends ventured into an abandoned house hidden deep within the Eerie woods of Japan. The video starts with shaky footage of crumbling, decayed rooms. But then, without them noticing, they unknowingly capture something chilling on camera. Suddenly, a pale, ghostly hand emerges from the shadows, gripping the edge of the wall, only to vanish as quickly as it appeared. Undeterred, the explorers push further into the house, oblivious to the sinister presence lurking in the darkness. As the camera pans past a doorway, it briefly catches the haunting glimpse of a face. No one knew how the night ended for the explorers. It forever remained a mystery. Each of these encounters is a stark reminder of the risks and mysteries that come with exploring the wild. Always be prepared, stay alert, and respect nature. Have you ever had a hiking experience that sent chills down your spine? Share your story in the comments below.
A woman was walking near a quiet, scenic lake, her dogs happily playing by her side. She casually filmed a short video of them enjoying the peaceful nature. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But when she later reviewed the footage, something chilling caught her eye. In the distance between the trees, a large, dark figure appeared to be moving. It wasn't there before. So what exactly did she capture that day? A person, an animal, or something far more unsettling? It was just past 3 a.m. when Reddit user Leonard Blay was abruptly woken by unsettling noises echoing outside his remote cabin. At first, he couldn't quite place it. Some claimed it sounded like a fox, while others swore it resembled a woman screaming. Maybe it was just a fox, but alone, deep in the woods, and in the dead silence of night. That sound took on a whole new level of terrifying. While hiking a jungle trail, a woman captured a fun little video for Instagram, completely unaware of the danger lurking just behind her. As she smiled at the camera, a snake silently slithered out from the bushes. Luckily, she stayed calm without even realizing it, which kept the snake from feeling threatened. Things could have taken a terrifying turn, but she got incredibly lucky. From the looks of it, she didn't notice a thing, only discovering the close call later when she rewatched the footage. Talk about a wild surprise. Tom was casually using the Randonautica app when it led him to a half-built, abandoned construction site. Intrigued but uneasy, he decided to step inside, curious about why the app had brought him there. The place was silent, empty, and unsettling.
So guys, at this point I was not sure why it brought me here. I was just exploring the whole site. I was like, okay, whatever, this app's probably rigged, I don't know. Let's see what happens, and then here's where it goes totally wrong.
Right. What if it's brought me just like a brick? It's brought me here just like a brick, I don't even know.
Nothing felt right. He turned to leave until he heard something. A strange noise, muffled, close, and not natural.
Yo, what? Yo, what the fuck?
Out of nowhere, a man in a dark hoodie charged at him, swinging a sledgehammer like a maniac. Panic exploded through Tom. He bolted, heart pounding, legs pumping, barely dodging the crazed man's attack. Once he finally made it to safety, Tom hit record on his phone again, his hands still shaking. A peaceful walk turned into a heart-pounding close call for a few locals in Qianwei County, Sichuan, China. As they strolled along the hillside, something didn't feel right. Then they saw it. The ground began to shift. Acting on instinct, They ran for their lives, and just seconds later, a cascade of rocks thundered down behind them. Miraculously, no one was hurt. Days of heavy rain had likely set the stage for the landslide, and what could have been a tragic disaster turned into an incredible stroke of luck. A man was deep in the forest when he stumbled upon an old, abandoned house. As he filmed the eerie surroundings, a chilling sound broke the silence, which sounded like a baby crying. Curious but on edge, he cautiously followed the sound. But with every step he took, the crying seemed to move farther away, almost like it was leading him somewhere. The deeper he went, the heavier the atmosphere became. Was this a trap? A prank? Or something far more disturbing? Some believe it might have been a lyrebird, an Australian bird known for perfectly mimicking almost any sound, even human voices. After quickly checking the house and finding nothing, a wave of unease washed over him. He turned back, leaving the place behind, haunted by the thought, what if it were a real baby? Or worse, something pretending to be one. So what do you think? A lost child? A lyrebird? Or something supernatural? Late one night, a security camera outside a remote forest home captured something truly unsettling. The footage, later posted on Reddit by the shocked homeowner, shows a mysterious figure in a flowing white dress slowly moving past a fence. But here's the eerie part. She doesn't walk. She glides. Moments later, she vanishes into the darkness. Viewers were quick to draw chilling comparisons to the ghostly legend of La Llorona. And if that's who it was, you'd better steer clear of any nearby water. Whether it was a person, spirit, or something far stranger, one thing's for sure, it didn't belong there. While out on a hike, this person suddenly froze, face to face with something straight out of a nightmare. Towering before them stood a massive maned wolf, its unnaturally long legs and piercing stare locking them in place. For a moment, it didn't even seem real. Some say it looked more like a creature from legend, eerily similar to the infamous chupacabra. These beasts are lightning fast, capable of hitting 30 mamatuars and leaping over 6 feet in a single bound. Rarely seen, never forgotten, this was an encounter that will haunt them for the rest of their life. A motion-activated trail camera was set up in Medoc Mountain State Park near Littleton, North Carolina, an area already steeped in Bigfoot legends, complete with its local museum. For days, the camera recorded the usual wildlife, but on August 8, 2024, things took a bizarre turn. Twice, a large humanoid figure wandered past the lens. The image was slightly blurred by dew, but the silhouette didn't match any known animal. Some say it was just a hunter passing through, but others are convinced the legendary creature finally made an appearance. Bigfoot? Maybe. One thing's for sure, no one has the answer. While exploring the infamous Missouri State Penitentiary's death row with his dad, a Reddit user had an encounter that would leave anyone questioning reality. As they ventured deeper into the eerie halls, the user snapped some photos of his dad. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but in the first image, a faint, shadowy figure appears near the top of the stairs, a detail that might go unnoticed at first glance. However, the second photo sends chills down the spine. A woman who wasn't there before is seen walking behind the dad. The third photo reveals her again, standing right behind him as if she's been following them the whole time. What's even more unnerving is that the dad later confessed his legs gave out when they reached the end of the walk, an odd coincidence that seems to be captured in the final photo. So, who or what was with them that day? While responding to a comment from a follower, a TikToker casually filmed herself, completely unaware of the chilling scene unfolding behind her.
Yo nunca he sentido que me parezco a Dua Lipa, pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos a Dua Lipa. Y es que muchísima gente me dice que me parezco a la Dua Lipa del 2018 más o menos, que tiene como el cabello cortito, y me puse a ver fotos y nada que ver.
Through the cabin window, a lifeless figure with cold, dead eyes stood eerily still, watching her every move. She continued chatting and filming, oblivious to the terrifying presence in the background. It wasn't until later, when she reviewed the footage, that she realized the horrifying truth. What did she do when she discovered it? That's a story you won't want to miss. While wandering through Fairview Lawn Cemetery, the final resting place of over 100 Titanic victims, this man snapped a few casual photos, but one of them would prove to be anything but ordinary. Upon closer inspection, a ghostly face appears in the frame, something he hadn't noticed at the time. It wasn't until later, while reviewing the shots, that he realized what he had unknowingly captured. Was it simply an eerie play of light and shadow, or was there something far more mysterious at work? While reviewing his trail camera footage, Reddit user Moloch996 stumbled upon something chilling. At 5 a.m., on a summer morning in early July, a barefoot woman was seen wandering alone in the dark, aimlessly moving through a remote area with no trails in sight. She stayed in the camera's view for nearly 30 minutes, visibly distressed, seemingly lost, fleeing, or in danger. Theories began to flood in. Was she struggling with a mental health crisis, under the influence, or was something far more sinister at play, like human trafficking? No concrete evidence pointed to foul play, but one thing was clear. There was an unsettling, eerie feeling about this sighting that left more questions than answers. One Reddit user had an unsettling experience when they woke up in their Airbnb one morning to find a massive snowman standing just outside. The catch? There had been less than a foot of snowfall recently, yet the snowman towered at least 5 feet tall. Even more bizarre, there were no footprints, no disturbances in the snow, nothing to suggest anyone had even been out there. One commenter tossed out the idea that fresh snowfall could have covered any tracks, but that still didn't explain how this eerie, oversized snowman appeared out of nowhere. So, what's the real story behind this creepy mystery? While reviewing footage from his security camera, a property owner spotted something that sent chills down his spine. At first, it looked like a person, but the longer he stared, the more off-putting it seemed. The figure had an eerie, unnatural presence that made him question what he was seeing. Desperate for answers, he shared the footage with a paranormal community, and the reactions were mixed. Some insisted it was a ghost, pointing to the figure's blurred features and unsettling movements, while others argued it was just a person, distorted by poor lighting. But even if it were a person, it still didn't add up. His property was notoriously difficult to access. What could it be? While riding his ATV through the woods, a young boy set up a camera to capture the adventure. Later, as he reviewed the footage, he noticed something strange lurking in the background near the tree line. A tall, dark figure moved silently through the woods, walking on two legs with long, steady strides. When the video was shared online, viewers couldn't help but jump to conclusions, with many insisting it was Bigfoot. The figure's impressive height, fluid movement, and the way it seemed to melt into the shadows sparked intense debate. Some were convinced it was the legendary creature, while others argued it was too perfect, leading many to wonder, could it have been staged, or was it just a person in the woods? A Reddit user came across a chilling photo, but it was what appeared near the doorway that sent shivers down their spine. In the background, a mysterious figure loomed with its presence impossible to explain. Some skeptics dismissed it as an oddly shaped person or the hind leg of an animal, but others saw something far more unsettling. Was it a shadowy figure lurking in the darkness? Or perhaps the disturbing outline of a body being dragged? Who or what was truly captured in this eerie shot? Late one night, Jalbandi recorded something truly bizarre deep in the forest near his village. In the distance, a pale, ghostly figure stood stark against the darkness of the trees. As he cautiously approached, the figure suddenly collapsed into a glowing orb and vanished behind a tree. You can hear the fear in Jal's voice, and the chilling silence of the forest only adds to the unsettling vibe. To this day, no one knows what he witnessed that night, but whatever it was, it felt terrifyingly real. A backpacker was enjoying a quiet hike through the forest when something caught their eye. At first, it looked like just another tree, but as they shifted angles, strange, almost human-like shapes began to emerge from its bark. It probably wasn't anything paranormal, but the tree gave off a deeply unsettling vibe. Spooked, the backpacker couldn't shake the feeling and ended up posting the eerie footage online. A creeping sense of unease settled over him as he wandered through the dense, fog-choked forest. Instinctively, he pulled out his phone and hit record. Almost immediately, he caught sight of a tall, dark figure drifting through the mist, silent, still, watching. With each step deeper into the trees, more shadowy shapes appeared, their outlines hazy and shifting. Was it one being stalking him, or many? The chilling sensation of unseen eyes tracking his every move sent his heart into overdrive. Not waiting to find out what lurked beyond the fog, he turned back, determined to escape the forest before it was too late. On October 3rd, 2019, a group of hunters were deep in the forests of Ontario when an unexpected sound stopped them in their tracks. Out of the silence came a bone-chilling scream, deep, guttural, and filled with what sounded like raw agony. Oh my God. The hunters froze, eyes darting through the trees, straining to see what creature could make such a noise. But whatever it was, stayed hidden. The haunting wail echoed through the forest for minutes, unrelenting, eerie, and unlike anything they'd ever heard. Some claim it had to be an animal, but no one could agree on what kind. To this day, no one knows what was out there or what cried out in the dark that night. This guy made a bold and maybe reckless decision. He snuck into the infamous Bohemian Grove alone, a place cloaked in secrecy, conspiracy, and decades of mystery. As he wandered deeper into the forest, he stumbled across something unreal. Yo, this is the statue. What the no way? This is insane, but that was just the beginning.
Bohemian Grove. I made it.
Hidden behind a massive tree, he discovered a narrow passage carved straight into the trunk. It led him to a dimly lit chamber that felt off, like he wasn't supposed to be there.
They need to fill this pond up. do.
For years, the Bohemian Grove has been the center of dark rumors, secret meetings, elite rituals, and things the public was never meant to see. The question is, would you dare to step foot in there? Allie returned to the exact spot where they had buried the possessed doll, Mary. But something felt wrong. The air was thick and the atmosphere was heavy. There she was, Mary, half covered in overgrowth, like the earth itself had tried to smother her, but it hadn't worked.
Oh, there. Holy there's no way. Bro. There's like overgrowth on her and everything. She's right there. Mary's right there.
She was still there watching, waiting. Then came the whisper, "Patty, what does that mean? Who's Patty?" Allie's voice trembled. "I swear if she says one more thing, I'm out of here."
Patty. What does that mean? What does Patty mean?
The soil around the doll looked disturbed, like something had clawed its way up from below. In the background of the footage, a faint, eerie sound crept in, the laughter and cries of a child. But Allie didn't seem to notice. Still, something inside him knew. The doll wasn't done, and this time, he needed to end it for good. Late Halloween night in Lockport, New York, a group of friends found themselves wandering near the entrance of a dark, quiet cave. The place felt empty and eerily still. One of them casually snapped a photo by the entrance, thinking nothing of it. But the next day, everything changed. As they scrolled through their pictures, one image stopped them cold. Standing right at the entrance, exactly where they had just been, was a shadowy figure. No one had seen anything. They had walked past that very spot seconds later, laughing, talking, completely unaware. Now, staring at the photo, a terrifying question haunted them. What else was out there that night? Mitty, a seasoned wild camper, was out in the Peak District with his brother, just enjoying a peaceful night in their tent. Everything felt normal, calm, and quiet, nothing out of the ordinary. But later, while going through the footage they'd captured, something made Mitty freeze. "I don't know what to say, Phil," he said, half laughing, half shaken. In the original clip,
"I don't know what to say, Phil." The original video. The original plan to this video was to do
the unmistakable sound of a little girl giggling was close, too close. The night might have felt normal at the moment, but that eerie laugh sent a wave of chills through him. To this day, he still has no idea how to explain it. Late one night, deep in the dense woods of Mexico, a hiker had a bone-chilling encounter. As he moved through the shadows, he caught sight of something high up in the trees, a figure that looked eerily human, yet unmistakably wrong. What exactly did he witness that night? Was it a glimpse of something not of this world hiding in the treetops, or just an elaborate trick meant to terrify? While camping during a hike in the UK, one traveler reached the top of a hill and spotted something that gave them chills. On the other side, a group of adults dressed entirely in white stood in a perfect circle with two normally dressed children in the middle. Confused and uneasy, the hiker captured the scene on TikTok, wondering if they'd stumbled onto some kind of cult ritual. The video quickly went viral, and commenters were quick to chime in. The mysterious group was identified as modern-day druids, followers of ancient Celtic spiritual traditions. Many assured the hiker that the group was peaceful and posed no threat. Still, even with an explanation, viewers couldn't shake the eerie vibe of the scene. Whether harmless or not, there was something undeniably unsettling about it. This solo camping trip was supposed to be a survival challenge, but it quickly turned into something far more chilling. After kayaking deep into the wilderness, he set up camp beneath a makeshift shelter, bracing himself for a freezing night ahead. But the real test came the next morning. As he hiked back toward his kayak, something stopped him in his tracks. "Hello?" he called out. No answer. But someone or something was out there, watching him. Panicked, he reached for his flashlight only to realize it was gone. And then, just as suddenly, the light he had seen flickered off. Silence gave way to the sound of snapping branches closing in. The only way back to his kayak was through the very spot where the light had been. Not willing to take the risk, he veered off and took a much longer route. When he finally reached the shore, the presence was gone. But the unsettling feeling of being watched, that stayed with him.
Last night, just a little bit, maybe an inch or so. I got about 2 more hours of hiking until I'm back to my truck, so I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hello? Hello?
While out walking his dog, something deeply unsettling happened. At first, he thought he was imagining it, maybe even losing it. But every time he stepped over a certain patch of ground, he could feel a pounding beneath his feet.
Schizophrenic or something? But I feel pounding under my feet. And listen. What the fuck? It's coming from like under the ground. I can feel the vibrations in my feet. It's like dum dum dum. Like what is that sound? It's coming from under the grass. Making me feel like I'm going insane or something.
Curious and a little creeped out, he started digging. People online urged him on. Determined to get to the bottom of it, he grabbed a shovel and started digging. But here's where it gets really weird. Every night, he would hear the knocking again. But as soon as he pulled out his phone to record, silence. Total silence. Until he tapped the shovel against the ground and the knocking came back. Like something or someone was responding. Yo, listen to this, he whispered, holding his breath. He tapped again. The knocking answered. Did y'all hear that? It felt like something or someone was trying to communicate. Was it just some strange underground echo? Or was there someone trapped down there desperately trying to be found? He never found anything, but maybe, just maybe, he didn't dig deep enough. While exploring a foggy woodland trail in Belfast, Ireland, YouTuber Dave Explorers and his crew found themselves in an eerie setting. The mist was so thick it swallowed everything beyond a few feet. And their only source of light came from a flashlight and the camera. That is seriously creepy, one of them whispered. You can't see a thing. Can any of you see this? Suddenly someone gasped. It just vanished. Did anyone else see that? As they continued down the path, a sudden burst of light lit up the fog, and one of the men froze. Wait, did something just walk in front of the camera? Then it happened.
Stop. Oh, that is creepy looking.
Isn't it?
Yeah. You can't see it.
Can any of you guys see this? And it just seems a big... Oh, and it just seems to have disappeared, guys. Did any of you just see that?
You can't see nothing with the naked eye.
No, you can't. Whoa, did any of you just see something walk in front of the camera there, guy?
A pale, ghostly figure drifted right across the trail. The group jumped back in shock. But when they reviewed the footage in slow motion, the figure became even clearer. White, misty, and unmistakably human-shaped. Skeptics were quick to call it a trick of the light, just mist catching the beam. But others weren't so sure. Many viewers believe it was something supernatural. Some even claim it looked like a child darting through the fog. So, what do you think? Mist and light, or something that doesn't want to be seen? After donating blood earlier that day, Angel decided to skip the rest and recovery advice. Instead, he grabbed his phone, hit go live, and set off on a night hike. His mission simple: reach the top of a nearby hill and take in the view. But he never made it. As he walked along the dim, moonlit trail, a strange, creeping feeling began to settle in. The deeper into the woods he went, the more he felt like he wasn't alone. Then suddenly, he stopped dead in his tracks.
Bro, I had like your shit. Oh my god, what is that, what is that? Dude, I think I just saw something with a tail. Dude, that's a fox. Or a... It can't be a wolf. Dude, I'm supposed to go over there. Wait, what do I do? I literally just saw something big as fuck with a tail. It's either a dog or a... Oh my god. I don't know what to do. Dude, I'm kind of scared. Oh, bro, that thing was huge. It can't be a wolf. Let me ask my Apple Watch. Is there wolves in Berkeley?
The area welcomes a wide variety of birds: black-tailed deer, coyote,
No, I said
ground squirrel,
coyote.
striped skunk,
That's
western
probably
terrestrial garter snake,
that's probably what it was.
bobcat, and red-tailed hawk.
Coyotes are scared of humans, right? Mountain lions.
This is from Wikipedia.
Fuck, that's what it could have been. Because that thing was huge.
Then the fear set in. I know it sounds dumb, he told his viewers breathlessly, but ever since I was a kid, my biggest fear has been being chased. Like those nightmares where you're trying to unlock a door and your hands don't work. That's what this feels like. Adrenaline surging, darkness pressing in, and mountain lions possibly lurking nearby. Angel ran for his life, ignoring all advice to avoid strenuous activity post-blood donation. Luckily, he made it out, unharmed. But that hike, it ended way before the summit. Two brothers embark on a thrilling ski adventure through the icy mountains, capturing every twist and turn as they carve through the snow. But the excitement takes a dark turn when one of them veers off course and crashes into a massive snowbank, disappearing from sight. In the unforgiving silence of the mountains, being seen or heard is almost impossible. Survival seemed like a long shot. But neither brother gave in to fear. With heart-pounding determination, one pushed forward through the frozen wilderness, and just in time he found and rescued his brother from what could have been a deadly fate. While hiking deep in the forest, this man came across a chilling discovery. Bones lying on the ground, with a shoe still attached, making it look eerily like human remains. What's even more unsettling, the person who uploaded the photo never mentioned calling the authorities, and there have been no updates since. The remote location and creepy atmosphere only add to the mystery. But here's the twist. After taking a closer look, something feels off. Could these really be human bones? Or did someone place animal bones in a shoe as a twisted prank to spook other hikers? Late one night, a group of friends was hanging out, enjoying the calm of the evening, when something unsettling caught their eye. Wait, what is that? One of them whispered. From the shadows, a strange face emerged, pale, hairless, and not human.
What is that? Guys, what is... Oh, shit. What?
Then, just as the tension reaches its peak, the footage cuts out. No warning, no explanation. What happened next remains a chilling mystery. While checking his game cameras deep in the remote woods of Washington State, a man stumbled upon something chilling. In the early morning hours, one of the photos showed a little girl standing completely alone in the thick forest. It didn't sit right. Was it just a trick of the light? To be sure, he snapped another photo with his phone. It's the same eerie figure. The woods were dense, isolated. There was no reason for a child to be out there, especially not by herself. The more he looked at the photo, the more unsettling it became. He searched the area but found nothing, not a single sign of her. With a knot forming in his stomach, he made a call to the cops. But the haunting question still lingers. Did he capture a little girl? And if so, where did she go? Back in 2016, while hiking along Blackpool Beach, a woman stopped to snap a quick photo of her 2 sons. At first, it looked like a perfectly normal family picture until they took a closer look. Between the boys' legs, a chilling figure appeared to be lurking in the background. Alarmed, they scanned the area around them, but no one was there. To this day, the eerie presence captured in the photo remains a mystery. A hunter from Virginia was going through footage from his trail camera when he stumbled upon something truly bizarre. The eerie image sparked wild speculation. Some say it shows a ghostly child, and others believe it might be an unidentified creature lurking in the woods. Skeptics chalk it up to a trick of moonlight, but many aren't convinced. Is this chilling footage genuine evidence of the paranormal, or just a creepy optical illusion? In 2000, near the Utah border, Keith Bradenshaw captured something that still gives people chills. While exploring the edge of the forest, he spotted a massive figure lurking among the trees. Instinctively, he raised his camera and snapped a quick photo just before the mysterious creature vanished into the woods. Skeptics brushed it off as a hiker in dark clothing, but Bradenshaw stood firm. To him, this wasn't just a person. He was certain he had photographed Bigfoot. This man was out stargazing, capturing the beauty of the night sky, but when he looked back at one of the photos, something chilling caught his eye. A dark figure was standing right next to him, partially hidden behind the solar panels. But here's the creepy part. If it was just a shadow, why did it show up against the night sky? And if it was his own shadow, shouldn't it have been cast on the solar panels, not lurking behind them? Something doesn't add up.